That's the next thing. Challenge that fear. What is the worst thing that could happen? And you're often going to find that we play out these worst case scenarios that are either highly unlikely or not quite as catastrophic as you imagine. Welcome to Get Your Rear in Gear with Lori. I'm your host, Lori McAfee. Today, we are going to explore a captivating yet quite challenging world of what ifs, the what if fears. And on the end of my road, there's a sign that says may flood. And every time I pass by this road, it's like it's a whisper of a silent warning. But we have these in our minds. And these aren't just a sign, it's a symbol of uncertainty. It represents all the what ifs that continue to hover around us. As far as the sign is concerned, what if it does flood? What if I can't leave my house? What if things are destroyed due to the flood? As a matter of fact, my driveway does flood. If the roads are flooded, then my driveway's flooded. And we take precaution for that. And y'all would laugh if you saw it because it's a rowboat on each end of my driveway so that we can still get out of the house. And these are, they're not just hypothetical, but they're real fears. And these do go on in our heads. And it often can take root before an event even occurs. And they can also be paralyzing. These what ifs can keep us from stepping forward. It's like an invisible chain that keeps us from stepping out and living freely. In some extreme cases, it can even lead to someone being a recluse and being imprisoned by their own thoughts. But Nelson Mandela once said, quite profoundly, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So let's explore this a little bit more and the journey of overcoming what if fears. So, what exactly is a what if fear? These are anxieties about our future, the future events that haven't happened and may never happen. So I'm afraid of flying, or I was afraid of flying. And in my mind, it would raise thoughts like, what if the plane crashes? What if I have a panic attack mid-flight? What if something happens? These scenarios I played out vividly in my mind before I even packed the first thing. And as a matter of fact, before too much longer, I'm going to be flying out. And I can kind of feel that anxiety coming up, but I'm going to go anyway. This sometimes happens as well with our relationships. And I've heard people say, I don't want to have a friendship. I will not open myself up to have a friendship or even an intimate relationship because I'm afraid of if I get hurt. What if I get hurt? What if they leave? And what if they don't? And this can prevent us from experiencing any type of joy of companionship or love. But remember, allow yourself to love one more time and then one more time again. And why do we do this to ourselves? It's a protective mechanism rooted in our innate need to anticipate and avoid danger. But these often go into overdrive and they create fears around an event that, like I said, is either unlikely to happen or if it does happen, it's manageable. So, how do we escape this trap? How do we break free from the shackles of what if to enjoy a more enjoyable life that brings us joy in all situations? First of all, we have to recognize the what if fears. That they're often a story that we have created in our mind. It's not a prediction of our future. And being mindful of this does help. It allows us to observe these thoughts without being attached to them. So, like for instance, we're coming up on the holidays. And what if someone's going to be there and that they're going to cause a scene or more than likely trigger something inside you, and you go ahead and play that out in your mind. So you're attached to that going into that situation, going into that event. What if you know that that is a possibility, but you don't attach yourself to it? Because here's the thing. What is the worst thing that could happen? That's the next thing. Challenge that fear. What is the worst thing that could happen? And you're often going to find that we play out these worst case scenarios that are either highly unlikely or not quite as catastrophic as you imagine. So, like as the holiday event, for instance, what if that person doesn't do anything to trigger you? You're going to go in already on defensive mode in preparation for that when more than likely it's not even going to happen. So, there's no need in getting yourself worked up about that. And something else is exposure. If you're afraid of something like I was with flying, gradually expose yourself to that. And that helps you to control it. And it helps to desensitize the fear and build your confidence. I had never flown alone until I was 50. And I've been able to fly alone a couple of times. And I'm still nervous, yes. Still get a little anxious, yes. But I do it anyway. I know it's there. I face that fear and I don't let it stop me from becoming the person I was created to be. And this helps to cultivate resilience. Like I said, it doesn't mean that the fear is not there and that I won't feel the fear or you won't feel the fear, but it does teach us that we can move forward despite being the fear of what if. And have a support system. Have someone, that says, hey, you can do this, and remind you that, it's not the absence of the fear, but it's the triumph over it. Take care of yourself, practice your self-care, practice, taking care of who you are, and focus on a positive outcome. And all of these things can contribute to extreme resilience, which is going to help you to challenge the what if fears in your life. And the benefit of overcoming these what if fears is quite profound. And so imagine that you're free from any type of opportunity that doesn't have a shadow of fear to it. It doesn't bring on that what if to you. Picture yourself as you engage in a relationship and that you're not worried about the constant what if it might go wrong, because what if it goes right? Or envision your life that is free from the fear of flood, hypothetically. But instead, you prepare and you're resilient and you say, come what may. And so while these signs are there, while these signs are at the end of my road of potential floods, they do not dictate the landscape of my mind. I don't allow that to stop me from driving down the road, or even if it floods, from getting out. And understanding, challenging, and learning to coexist with these what if fears, it can unlock the life of freedom that we so desire and the life of fulfillment. And so remember, just as Nelson Mandela said, courage is not the absence of fear, but it is the triumph over it. So let's all strive to triumph over these what if fears that could potentially hold us back from becoming the person that we were created to be and from living a very enjoyable life. So I want to thank you for joining me today on Get Your Rear in Gear with Lori. And until next time, remember, keep moving forward regardless of those what if fears to become the person that you were created to be. In the fiery tapestry of life, where imperfection strives to find authenticity and purpose in a fallen world, my book, Burning Hope, rises as a beacon of redemption, love, and resilience. The book casts a spotlight on the profound interaction between self-worth, self-expression, and the unyielding power of love, painting a vivid picture of human desire and the trials of faith. At the heart of the narrative lies the touching story of Gabby and Griffin. Their relationship, laden with unexpected twists and obstacles, is a reflection of the unmistakable human yearning for love and acceptance. Both characters, like many of us, grapple with the feelings of abandonment, shame, and despair. As they navigate their paths, they are often entangled by the worldly temptations, illustrating the delicate dance between romance and faith. Yet the story isn't just about love's challenges. It's a profound exploration of personal growth.
The narrative delves into struggles of clarity and confidence, revealing that these are not just individual battles, but universal ones. The character's journey highlights the role of faith as an anchor, guiding them through their darkest hour. Burning Hope drives home the transformative message that confronting our pain instead of escaping it is a true pathway to healing. And it's through God's grace, depicted as a gentle breeze amid life's raging fire, that we encounter redemption. As Gabby and Griffin discover love possesses the incredible power to mend the invisible scars of their past, proving that it is never too late to find redemption and step into the life that was destined for us. In the end, Burning Hope stands not just as a tale, but a poignant reflection of life itself, affirming that even amidst the fiercest storms of despair and betrayal, the ember of hope, fueled by love and faith, can burn eternally bright.